If you are a coach, a healer, a Reiki practitioner, a spiritual advisor, some kind of counselor or service provider, watch today's video. I just got off the phone with a student who was in our self-mastery program. It's a 7-week transformational program that happens once a year, and that program is now coming to a close. Those students have an opportunity to continue on and get certified as a diamond process coach. One of the students who I just got off the phone with was very sad because she doesn't have or didn't have the money to do the full coach training program, but she is crystal clear that this is her path, and the thought of not continuing on broke her heart and brought her to tears. In the past, I would have said, I really hear you, no problem, and I would have done one of two things. Number one, I would have given her the program for free, okay, which would have kept her in a state of financial lack and constantly expecting things for free. Or number two, I would have said, I really hear you, well, there's always next year. And then we would have just put it off to next year, and next year would never come. As we all know, there is no someday, there is only today. Last year, I took you guys to the desert with me, where I was camping, and then during the day going to this powerful business training event. And it was the first time I had ever been to a business training event. As you guys may or may not know, that event totally changed my life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that by the time I left that 2-day event, I had energetically shifted, and within 2 weeks after that, I had a huge financial breakthrough. And ever since, I ended up joining their year-long program, and let's just say I'm thriving and I'm madly in love with my business, and I cannot believe that I have been doing my business the way I had been doing it for so many years. At the end of that 2-day event, which is called the Zone event, and by the way, it's coming up. If any of you are near the Arizona area, or you just are looking for a breakthrough in your business, this is unbelievably powerful, and I get nothing from sharing this. I haven't really been that vocal about who's been helping me and my own business coach and stuff. It's all been behind the scenes. So through a personal invitation with me, if you are interested, click the link below and you do get a discount through me since I'm one of her students. Okay. At the end of this event, I knew that I wanted to sign up for her year-long program for the coach. And at this event, there are hundreds of people, and the amount of content that they gave for practically for free to be there, blew my mind. And I could have just taken that and run with it and applied it. And, I did have a breakthrough just from that. But I knew that I wanted accountability for the year. And I knew that I wanted to take my business to a certain level, because they take you and during this event, you get crystal clear on your vision. And I knew where I was headed, but I was like, I need some support in getting there. So I talked to one of the coaches to find out about the year-long program, to see if I could apply and get into that year-long business program. Long story short, you guys have heard this story, some of you. I knew it was for me. I knew I was a yes. I knew I wanted to sign up. And all my resources were tied up in my business. All of my finances were already spoken for. There was no excess to go invest in a business coach. Like, I'm talking, it would have been virtually impossible to do it at that point. When the coach told me how much it costs to join the program for a year, my response was hysterically crying. It's like someone just stabbed me, because I knew exactly what I wanted. And when she said the price, it was an impossible tuition for me. And I just went at the time. Now I look back and I actually laugh. I can't believe that that was my reality. Such a small mindset I had at the time, but it was such a tremendous realization. The coach looked at me and she basically said, she grabbed my hands as I was crying and she said, Veronica, if you keep focusing on what you don't have, and if you focus on the lack, and if you focus on your bills, if you focus on your current reality, which is just a fraction of the real thing that's going on, the whole picture, you're always going to be in lack and you're never going to have a breakthrough. Now, it's important to pay your bills, and of course it's important to focus on what you need to focus on to make sure you're getting your money handled, and you need to open up and look out for infinite possibilities that are all around you. There's money everywhere, there are resources everywhere, there are creative solutions everywhere, but if you keep looking at the lack, you're never going to see it. And I was trembling as she was speaking, and I knew she was right. And she also said to me, Veronica, if you break through this right now, and you actually take the leap and find a way, a creative way to come up with the money, pay for this program, invest in yourself and your business, you will be able to guide clients through this as well. You'll help other clients break through their financial challenges. In my own mind, I was like, that will never happen, because I'm not a business coach. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm capable of. And that's the last thing I would ever want to talk about with clients is money. Actually, when a client brings up the money conversation, I usually would just drop it. Like I said, I'd be like, oh, okay, no problem, next year. Or, you know what, let me give it to you for free. And then I was always in feast or famine, struggling, giving it all away and not taking care of myself. I was shaking and I didn't have an answer, but I walked away and I looked her in the eye and I said, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. And I commit to this program, which was insane because I had no idea how. And I was trembling and I was shaking and I left the event. It's called the Zone event. And I got in my car and I just let it go. And I was just feeling the sensations of my body of all this fear and all the anxiety. It wasn't even anxiety. It was excitement. It was fear. It was all this energy coursing through me, high frequency energy that I couldn't hold. It was just like powerful. And so I just went and I had a beautiful, healthy meal and I drank a lot of water and I took care of my body. And interestingly enough, over the next hour of my drive home, I suddenly had an idea. Oh my God, a creative solution. I can reach out to that person who has owed me money for a long time. I could reach out to that person. But reaching out to this person would require courage because it was very scary. It was someone from my past who I didn't want to open that can of worms, and I kind of just blew off what was owed to me. So it would take a courageous conversation for that. It would take some creative actions, but these creative ideas started popping in, and I knew it was up to me to take action. No matter what the turnout was, I had to take action because Spirit meets you at the point of action. If you keep focusing on the bills and saying, I can't, you're just going to keep getting more and more evidence that says, yep, you can't, sorry. I knew that was insanity and I was done playing victim and I was ready to step into creator. So I took some actions over those next couple of weeks. 2 of the 3 ideas that popped in out of nowhere, which was very cool, I had received back answers that basically they worked. And I was able to pay for the whole year of the business training program within 2 weeks. Now, this has nothing to do with the money. What actually happened was that something in me changed. I went from victim to creator. I went from I can't to I can. I'm totally capable. I went from getting lost in limitation and what is to opening up to infinite potentiality, not even knowing how it's going to happen, just trusting that it will. The reason I'm sharing this with you right now is because that was more than enough for me. My breakthrough was more than enough. This past year and everything that's been happening in my business and the way I've been able to serve more people and thrive in the process and help them thrive has been amazing. But beyond that, what I never knew was possible was that I've actually been able to support clients and students have their own financial breakthroughs. And I'm going to give you an example. There have been many over the last couple of months, especially since we've been in enrollment. I've watched many people have massive financial breakthroughs, one of which I just got off the phone with, who had 0 way of investing in the coach training program. And instead of giving me all the evidence of how she can't do it, she took a breath and she said, I am done. I am done playing the victim. I'm done playing and running the story that I'm incapable, that I'm a single mom, that I just don't have it, that I'm struggling, that I'll always be struggling, that I have to get freebies in order to thrive. And I want to tell you, my impulse was to give it to her for free. And I had to hold it back because I'm a giver and I just wanted to give. But I had to hold myself back because I knew that if my coach had said to me, you know what, we'll just give you the program for free, I never would have been able to put the power of creativity and my own manifestation power to the test had she just given me a handout. So, which is how I used to act in the past. I would play victim and then I would get handouts and that's how I would function, but I was never in my power. So I had to hold everything back, not to just give it to her and just watch her come up with creative solutions. And through this 90-minute call, she had this power. I mean, she's a powerful woman who is now realizing how powerful she is and has released that old identity. You cannot take your clients any further than you have already been. So the work we do on ourselves, which is why the coach training program and everything I share and everything I live and everything I practice is all about self-mastery first, is because masterful coaching comes from self-mastery. The foundation of masterful coaching is self-mastery. You can only take your clients as far as you have gone. So after I hung up the phone with this beautiful woman, I just started bawling in gratitude, going, oh my God. The investment I made in myself and in my business has helped me to rise massively. I'm taking lots of people with me. I get to take my tribe with me. As I rise, they rise. As I rise, we rise. So the reason I'm making this video is because whatever hurdle you are jumping over right now, whatever challenge you're breaking through right now, whether it's financial, whether it's relational, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, whether it's all of those things, it is going to be the fuel that you're going to use later to do your good work in the world. You can only take your clients as far as you have gone. So may you know that whatever you are in right now, whatever challenge you are in, is literally your doctorate. It is providing you the evidence so that you're not just preaching with fluffy words, you're living it. And you're going, honey, or whoever you're talking to, you can do this, because God knows that if I can do this, a highly sensitive, empathic, gentle soul can do what I've done and have broken through what I've broken through and have been able to stand in the fire with clients and have courageous conversations I never imagined, and to flourish and help others flourish. You can do it too. So whatever you're going through right now is a blessing. It is filled with wealth. There is hidden gold in there. And I want you to remember this and know this and own this. Because oftentimes we can be going through the dark and thinking, oh my God, and I have regrets or doubts, or when is this going to be over? Don't rush through it so fast. Glean the gifts, breathe it in. You couldn't pay me any amount of money to take away the struggles I went through for all those years. You really couldn't, because that's what grew my wings. That's what grew my compassion. That's what grew my empathy and understanding and deep connection to what it means to be human. So if you're here to lead with love, if you're here to do amazing work in the world and you're just not seeing the results yet, it's all like this student or client I was soul sister, really, I was just talking to. She's been doing work on herself for 10 years. She's now, I mean, you should have heard our conversation. Like, she's just in creator mode. Like, it's like everything's been silently building underground, and now she's taking off because she's ready. Not just enrolling in this program, not just becoming a diamond process coach, but actually taking the gifts that she's been giving away for free for the last several years and starting to receive money in exchange, starting to build her business, starting to value herself, which is so clear to her right now. She's just like, of course, she's just ready. So the struggles are often preparing us so that the old way of struggle, victim, all that, it just no longer fits. I said to her, it's like your size 9 shoe and you've been wearing a size 5 and like you just can't walk another step. You just take off the shoe. It's no longer yours. It's literally that. It's a pivot. It happened to me in a moment, in a 15-minute coaching session with my coach. And then over 2 weeks, poof, I took action, I believed, and everything changed. And now I've just been steadily growing with my coach and committed. By the way, oh my God, get a coach. If you're looking for a way to prosper in your business, I suggest going to someone who's making millions of dollars. Like, take it to that next level so that you can get in their head and see how they think and get into their world so that you can get exposed to the community and them. It's incredibly valuable. This 2-day event called the Zone event, I highly recommend getting there. Life-changing. And I feel kind of greedy that I haven't shared anything about this, because I share a lot about my spiritual teachers and I haven't been telling you guys about my financial and professional breakthroughs. And I want us all to rise together. So that was my hit after I got off the phone. It was like, oh my God, as I rise, we rise. Who am I not to share what's working for me? So that's my gift to you. Check it out below. And wherever you are in your journey, may you know that there is only one you. And the gifts you have inside are not a mistake. What you want to do, like your real desire, your real vision, stop talking yourself out of it if you have been doing that. because that's what you're here to give. It's what you're here to bring. What's your next step that your heart is guiding you towards? And remember, what you do for you now helps your family, it helps your clients, it helps everyone. We are all connected. So what is that for you? What is your next step? You don't need to know the whole staircase. You just need to know that next step. Trust that next step. And from there, the next step will reveal itself. We always know what the next step is. So I hope this video serves you in some way. As I rise, you rise. As you rise, I rise. And I'm so grateful for your commitment, for your loyalty, and for choosing to lead your life with love. I love you guys. Mwah.